first let me thank you for being with us here at Dhanak. First, let me congratulate you on the birth of your son.
Thank you, Veena.
So how does it feel to be a dad?
Everybody asks me this, it feels just the same as it was.
Just the same?
Yeah.
Life's not different?
No, I just have a newer friend, that's all.
So do you sometimes wish you have like a little more time that you can spend with him?
No, I have loads of time with him, there's no problem on that count. I was with them just before I came here, and maybe on Monday I'll go back and be with them in New York.
Be with them again?
Yeah.
Oh, in New York, okay, that's good.
They're with me, but it's a little hectic traveling all around, so they didn't come down here.
Okay, let me go back to your career now. You graduated from Hansraj College, New Delhi, and then you did some TV series like Fauji, and after that you did a couple other. And then you entered the filmy scene. So what motivated you to be an actor?
I don't know, I was never into wanting to be a film star or a film actor. I used to do a lot of theatre in school, but that was like English theatre. And then I used to be a lot into sports and stuff. But it so happened that I hurt myself and I had to give up thinking of a professional career in sports. And then I had been doing a lot of theatre in school, and when I joined college I thought, I have so much time on hand, there are no practices and nothing, so I would just join a theatre group, which I did. I did a small bit part with my teacher, who's like my guru, Barry John. He's an Englishman who teaches in India. So I joined them. It's a semi-professional kind of theatre called TAG, Theatre Action Group. And a lot of great actors have come out of that place in terms of Siddharth Basu and Roshan Seth, and a lot of theatre actors from there, Divya Seth. So I did that, and then television became a big thing in Delhi, and that also was by chance. I didn't want to do television, but it was just like it was a different medium, and somebody who used to stay bang opposite my house, Colonel Kapoor, he picked me up and he said, "Why don't you do this series?" I said, "Okay."
Just like that, just like come that, in and do it.
He'd seen a play of mine. There was in Urdu. I did one play in Urdu. So he said, "Do this." I said, "Okay." And I had some time off in between school and college, so I did that. And once I finished my graduation, I joined my master's for filmmaking, which is a 2-year course in Jamia. So I was doing filmmaking because I wanted to make films. I wanted to make ad films and stuff.
Right.
And just like that, then somebody saw me on television and they said, "Hey, Malini, they said, come down and do a film."
Wow.
So I just went down for a year because my mother expired, and I said I'd just go down to Bombay for a year and just for a change and come back after a year. I came in 91, 26 June. I'm still there.
So, I mean, I know you said all this, but was it a straight road for you to success, or did you really have to go through a lot of struggle to get to the top? Would you consider like you had to go
when
through
I write a book, I'll romanticize my struggle, but there was no... everybody struggles within themselves, I think, more than writing stories about that. I spent days on the roads of Mumbai before somebody cast me. I ate cockroaches before I got proper food, and then I got a break and everybody was rude to me and nobody liked me, and then I made it big, and now I'm going to make it stick, man. I'm going to make them pay back for it.
Right.
I didn't have a story like that, but for me, I had a significant amount of... there were a lot of people who would say like I'd never make it as a star, or I never came to become a star, actually, to tell you very honestly. I had a lot of faith in goodness of acting. I'd done a lot of reading on acting. I'd seen a lot of films. I'd seen a lot of theatre, and there was this belief that I know how to act because I know the grammar of acting, which is, I think, important for everyone. Not the essential thing to become a star, but important to be a good actor. You need to know the grammar of acting, and I myself am not a very grammatical actor, personally. But you should know, even if you're breaking some norm or whatever, you should know this is how it's done. Let's try it differently. And I had that kind of faith, but when I came to Bombay, I didn't come, they'd call me to do films. Even the people who signed me, they told me, like my producer said, "Your hair is all wrong. And, you don't look like a star, you're not tall enough, you don't have a physique to act, and you speak too fast," and stuff like that. And
all negative remarks, huh?
They were, but they had signed me, so I don't think they dislike me so much, so I don't hold it against them. I think I'm not the kind of, I'm not a regular star-looking kind of guy, I know that. I don't dress up like that, I don't walk like that, I don't talk like that. So everybody used to be that, this guy is like, even my heroines, like I remember Madhuri and Juhi,
Just look
you ask them now and they'll tell you, yeah, we said, because everybody had said, look, he falls in the category of this kind of actor, and they looked at me and said, this, what he's saying, we don't act with him, but they had to because they signed the film. And they actually, after the first day of shooting,
and
they
now
called
you can say, "Hey, see, now what I am."
Now if you say that, then you'll never be a good actor. It just happened. There's no struggle as such.
But Shahrukh, most of your movies, if not all, have been so successful all around the world. So people, every time there's a Shahrukh Khan movie, people rush to the theaters to watch it. Shahrukh Khan is going to be in the movie. This much fame and this much likeness by so many people, and you being ahead of so many actors, how does it make you feel?
Nothing different at all. I was like this. I remember 5 years ago when I came for shows, I was just like this, and I've come back now and be doing the same thing.
But you are ahead of all the other actors now.
You know, you cannot. If you start thinking on lines of this, on lines of success, fame, money, cars, women, they're all very nice. It's all very wonderful. I'm not demeaning anyone who likes women, who likes cars, who likes whatever. You're supposed to have a party.
Right.
I believe in having fun with life. All that is but peripheral of what you're doing, and the core is your work. So if I start looking at the success part of it, or the money part of it, or the fact that I'm ahead of XYZ, it just takes a Friday to bring you down, because this Friday I may be, and the next release you're not. I don't look at all that. I just look at the fact, look, this is my job. I go for this show. My job right now is a very simple thing, is to make sure that guys who've come to see me have a very good evening by the time they get back. That's it. There's nothing more to it at all. There's nothing more attached to it. Look, if I don't wear this kind of clothes, they'll think less of me. If I fall flat, they'll think I'm a less star.
Right.
If I don't laugh properly, if I don't look good, that's not important.
Just try to be yourself.
Yeah, that's not important. Be yourself, and you try and have. I mean, you're paying to see me. You come down, I will not let you down in terms of entertainment. I give you 2.5 hours of good time, and that's it. There's nothing to it at all. I mean, I can give you great stories about success and life and how I prepare myself, but also all hogwash. There's nothing to it. You just have to be very, very conscientious about the fact that if somebody has paid to see you, like if somebody comes to your house to see you, you're nice to them.
Yeah,
or somebody
of
comes
course.
to your house and pays to see you, I mean, you have to be nicer to them.
Oh,
and that's
nicer.
all. But I'm nicer to them.
Right.
Vis-a-vis while I'm on stage, while I'm on my screen. I'm not nice to them if they come down to my house and sit down. I mean, that's not something that I guarantee. In real life, I'm not such a good guy. So it's...
No, I think you're pretty nice.
No, it's as simple as that. And there's nothing more to it. And I never think on how ahead I am, how behind I am. There is no competition. And I'm not being immodest. People take all my statements as being immodest. But honest to God, there is no competition. And when I say that, it's not because I think nobody's good enough. I just don't bother about anybody else. I have to, look at myself in the mirror in the morning, and I am me, myself, is what is important. I have to work on that. I can't be working on somebody else saying, this guy jumps very well, I should do it that way. This girl looks nice, I should have hair like her. No, I just do my thing, and hopefully it'll keep on working. And then you have to have a guarantee attached to your film once you reach this level of success, that this film is a quality product.
So
I would not be
you are
attached.
like picking
Yeah,
your
it's
films.
not about that. It's not only just being choosy. It's people have oversimplified things and give me the credit for all my films. I'm not being modest here, but anyone else in those films would have done as well. Only maybe I'm lucky. Maybe I'm a little more shrewd. Maybe I'm just I don't know. It just happens that perhaps I have a knack for picking on the right things. But I make sure I have 4 releases which are different from each other. There's quality attached to them, and they offer you something which at the end of 2.5 hours feels that you had a good
You've
evening.
watched
You know,
a good movie,
that's
yeah.
all I work towards.
See, in the past, actually till now, all the actors say that they are the slaves of the masses and the fans. But you, on the contrary, always say that you are the best and hold yourself above the rest. What's backing up this much confidence?
It's again, this is misread as a statement which means that I'm very confident. I'm not confident at all. I'm a very shy person. Maybe because I'm shy, I'm an actor. That's how it works. The thing is that if I do not believe this, it's not meant to be told to you. It's not to be told to the people who are watching this interview that I'm the best, guys. It's not like that.
Right.
It's not meant to be that, Veena, this is it. It doesn't go further than this. This is it. You've reached the zenith.
That's right.
It's not that. It's meant to convince me that I am going to perform tonight. Before this, I performed in front of 25,000 people. I am the best, and I need to be convinced that my knees still shake. But I'm going to go on that stage believing I'm the best. When we were running 100 meters, I used to do a lot of athletics and
Right.
stuff. There was this time just before the start of the gun where you believe you're the fastest man on earth, knowing fully
Right.
well you'll come last maybe.
You just have to look at it
You
that
have to
way.
believe that
Believe that you're the best.
you won't be able to talk to a guy who throws the discus just before he's about to throw it, because at that point of time it's just him, himself and I, and he's thinking he's the best and he can send this thing out into outer space.
Right.
And nobody else can convince him otherwise. You can't go to a discus throw and tell him, listen, this logically will go just about 80 meters, okay? Won't go beyond that. He says, no, I'm going for outer space, man. This guy's going to land on the moon. So you have to believe that. I convince myself, and hopefully amongst those 25,000 people, I'm able to convince 5,000 people, hey, listen, this guy laughs, let's laugh with him. This guy cries,
Right.
let's cry with him. So it's that kind of statement. It's never meant to be immodest. Besides that, I'm not the slave of the masses. I'm not going to, I'm a performer, I'm an actor. It's my job to make you laugh. I'm not going to tell you a joke which you have told me to tell you. I'm going to tell you a joke which I think should make you laugh. If it makes you laugh, very nice. If it doesn't, oops, I'm sorry, I'll try again. But I'm not going to do anything that anybody tells me to do, because you're paying to see me.
Right.
You're not paying to see yourself. You're not paying to come down and say, okay, listen, my uncle used to act like this, act like that for me,
Right,
dance like that for me,
right.
do a
You're not
role
gonna do-
which is not negative.
Right.
Give me brightness. I'm not your slave. Neither are you my slave. You're paying to see me. I'll make sure whatever I do in those 2.5 hours, maybe it's not what you came to see. Maybe you came to see a hero who's nice to a girl. Maybe you see a guy who's just thrown the girl off the 3rd floor and killed her, and he's very happy about it. But when you go back, you'll know that you had a good evening. That's important.
Shahrukh, we all have our favorite actors and actresses, but you yourself are such a successful actor. Who do you think is your favorite actor and actress?
Oh, I love them all because there's so much to learn and unlearn from all of them. I have a lot of actors. There's no one favorite actor that I have, but I like Mr. Motilal, Mr. Dilip Kumar, Mr. Bachchan, Shashi Kapoor, Rishi Kapoor, Amir Khan, Akshay. I like them all. I find there's so much,
They all have their own quality.
So amongst girls, I love Madhuri, Juhi, Kajol. Charisma's nice. Aishwarya I've just worked with. Shri Devi I think is wonderful.
But who do you think has really the kala of acting?
There is no, there's something special about each one of them, and I'm not being diplomatic. I think there's something so special about each one of them. And they're also talented, they're so nice looking, and they work so hard. And I sometimes find it unfair that I'm doing so well because they're all so much more talented, and like Madeline Stowe and Michelle Pfeiffer and Robert De Niro and Shibulski. There's so many actors.
So many that you
even
like and
Tom
look up
Cruise, a
to.
guy like Tom Cruise who comes down as a sex symbol and then starts acting so well.
Right.
And Brad Pitt, who's just supposed to be a guy who girls like, but you see him in something like 12th Monkey.
Right.
But they're brilliant
Right,
actors.
brilliant actors.
They're really nice.
So tell me, as brilliant as you were in school and college, if not an actor, what would you be today?
I would have joined the army. I wanted to join the army at one time.
Really?
But I think every kid wants to do that at that age. So now seriously that should be taken.
That's a tough life too, though.
But I always wanted to join the army or maybe be a teacher or something. I wanted to make films. I wanted to make ad films.
So have you considered doing directing or producing films in the future?
I will. I have a likeness for films which are little. I like films like Con Air. I like films like Pet Detective. I like films like There's Something About Mary.
Comedy
I like,
kind of.
Yeah, I like.
So you prefer
I like action films. I like Lethal Weapon and stuff. I like, and I like some very strange films too. I love films like Pulp Fiction and The Usual Suspects. And,
Right.
I even like this film Sliding Doors. I think that was marvelous. The screenplay. So I like Woody Allen's films a lot. And so in India we still are a little. We've not tried to do different screenplays like Pulp Fiction. And
Right.
like I said, I'm not a slave of the masses. So perhaps if I'm able to give 2.5 hours of fun or a good evening vis-a-vis cinema while making a little difference in terms of screenplay and the shooting technique and stuff, I would like to make films like that. Like I like films like Duplicate. I love that film.
That was a funny one.
So I like a little bit of wackiness to it. I've not done too many of them. Maybe, and I can't really do all this on somebody else's money.
Right.
So I need to perhaps do it.
One
after.
day when you
Yeah, inshallah,
are
maybe
into
5-10
that.
years from now when I can sort of afford to do it, I'll do it, yeah.
So you've done roles of a psycho, a comedian, a lover. What can we expect of you next? What kind of role would you? Is there like one role you would like to do that you haven't done so far?
Again, you'll interview a lot of other actors also. No actor has one role that they want to do. they all lie when
So
they say
there's
they want
one
to play a
role, yeah.
madman.
Mad.
They all tell you that I want to play a madman. I want to be in an asylum. They all lie.
Much easier to be that way.
All actors would say that. There's no one role an actor wants to do, because the time has come when you can't isolate a character. You can't say this character is bad, this character is good, and especially in Hollywood films also now. There is no, you don't know what Jack Nicholson's gonna do.
Right.
You know, you don't know what Tom Cruise is gonna do, what Dustin Hoffman's gonna do. You don't know this is a hero or is he a bad guy. You know, like you see a film like Falling Down, and the guy says, "Am I the bad guy?" And you don't know, because I thought he's the hero of the film.
Right.
Michael Douglas, fantastic in the film, and I cry for him. But he's a bad guy. He's shooting people on the road. So there's no isolation of characters anymore. So you have a combination, a lot of things. So to say that I would like to play a villain, I would like to play Darth Vader, you know, all those times have gone. Comic book characters.
So
have
as
gone
it
now.
comes, you take the roles you.
Yeah, it's like just trying to, you know, there's a story, sort of a character is given to you. That okay, he's like, I'm playing a father in my Kuch Kuch Hota, I'm playing a father. Now, which is.
That should be easy. You just are a father now.
No. You
Right?
should, no, that's not easy. You kiss in real life, you try and kissing on screen, you find out. So it's, I mean, I don't know how to play a father differently. I'm not a father of an 80-year-old, so I wouldn't know. But I've done it, and it seems nice. It seems nice. It's a little different from what I've done. People, I'm sure, would like it, because it's very
Different.
Yeah, it's a nice father. It's a good father. I mean, maybe it's like the kind of father I had, you know. So, or maybe I've seen some people's father, and I said, "This is a good guy. I mean, I wish this guy was my father." So I played it like that. So, but he is still young. He's still there's a flashback portion where he's young. He's 25 years old in college, or 24 when he's just passing out of his BA or whatever. And there are a lot of things attached to it. It's just not one single father, old man with a stick, and you know, wearing his glasses before speaking to his daughter or something. So there is a gamut of colors in the character. So whatever comes, and I just I don't know, and then of course after some time my age will start telling me what to do. I can't keep on, you know, thinking that I love to do this. This something I'll have to.
So you have done like roles, different kind of roles, but do you enjoy doing a certain role? Like you like to do more romantic, or do you like to do more comedy kind of roles?
No, I hate romantic roles. I'm very bad with romance. I'm very shy of doing what I do with, even like I know Madhuri and Juhi and Kajol very well, but I get very shy even doing romantic scenes now. So they would tell me, no, it's okay, just do it. Hold my hand and say, look in my eyes and say, I love you. I feel very shy doing that kind of stuff. Even the songs and stuff that we do sometimes, I do get a little, I don't like to encroach upon anybody's space, and so I do get a little, so romance is out.
You're just shy.
Besides that, everything. I like comedy. I like the roles. You know, which are a little different. Like Bazigar, I liked a lot.
Yeah, that was
I like Kabhi Haan Kabhi Na. Dilwale, I liked a lot. Ram Jaane. So there's certain roles, like Koila, I liked a lot. Actually, it didn't do as well, but I like that role a lot. And now I'm doing.
But would you ever do that? Remember that movie Dar you had done, Anjam? Those kind of roles again, if you will.
I'm trying to work on a, you know, because I've done 3 of them, and now a lot of people have followed suit, and they've also done bad guys. I want to create a different kind of bad guy now. I'm working on that with Ram Gopal Verma, and I'm planning to do a film where it's not like, you know, there was an obsessed lover, there was a guy who's a psychopath in one of them, and there was just a guy who's misled. And I want to play the most lovable bad guy, you know, that you would not be able to tell. No, you would not be able to tell till the end what is so bad about him. And he'll do the worst kind of things, but you'll never be able to tell, because he's just your normal everyday guy. He's not I love you Kiran. He's got no quirk, he's got no problems, he's not talking to his dead mother on the phone. He's not psycho. I mean, he's just completely normal, absolutely normal. And so normal that at the end of the film one should feel, but he was okay.
Right.
I mean, I'd go out with him. It's like
what's the name of this?
We've not titled it yet. We're just working on the script as yet.
Untitled, okay. Shahrukh, behind every successful man is a woman. What kind has your wife Gauri played in your success?
You know, if I say anything beyond what I say about her, then people say I talk too much about my wife, but I think she's wonderful, and she compliments me, and she's doesn't like me as an actor. Well, she's just wonderful. Like, she's so nice to me, and she's the only girl I've known, and I'm very happy that she's the only girl I've known, and I just love her, and it's really nice to be with her, and there's nothing much to be said like how she helps me. She doesn't make me learn my lines at night, but it's like
you stay in that room, you learn your lines, and I'm here.
She doesn't do that. She doesn't like me as an actor also too often. She says, okay, good films. But she's there. I know that she's there. Like I feel down, or I feel there are times when my film doesn't do well, and I do feel a little depressed. And she says, "It's okay. Every film's not gonna do well." And
so she supports you. Like,
she supports me, but it's not so overt. It's not like it is very ambiguous. It's like she's just there.
She's
And
there. Okay.
she doesn't, it can be a difficult life for a girl who's married to a film star and
Right.
who apart from her has millions of other girls behind him for his success. But I guess she trusts the fact that I love her so much, and I like the fact that, she's very real in this world where we work, where everything is unreal, from the moon, stars,
Right.
rain, to the clothes and the way we talk and walk on screen, to everything is so unreal. She's very real, and she's absolutely real time, and she's like, this is right, this is wrong, and this is the way it should be, and
That's it.
and I like that about her. But she doesn't beat around the bush, and
Good.
she's absolutely clear
Right.
cut.
Right. Straight. Good. Tell me your most embarrassing moment.
I don't have any.
No?
No, I don't have any.
Sure.
I don't get into embarrassing moments.
Okay. What about your happy moment? Your happiest day of your life?
I don't know if it's the happiest day of my life, because life is still to go on, but some of the happier times have been when I got married. That was nice. When I get my awards, that is really nice. It makes you feel very nice. There's a lot of stress before the awards, but when you get it, it's nice. My son is a great
Is your
moment
greatest,
for me.
I'm sure.
But as a matter of fact, not when he was born, then I was too stressed for Gauri, because she was going through too much pain. But now I find him very happy. I mean, I get like...
How old is he now?
He just turned 10 months,
Oh,
about
wow.
5 days ago. And he's really sweet, because I can sit down and talk to him and say a lot of my problems, and he doesn't answer
And
back.
he
So that's really nice.
just looks at you
He just
probably,
looks at me and
"Dad, what are you
smiles suddenly, and he'll say, nah. So that's
Right.
nice.
Okay, at least you heard me.
Yeah, I have someone who doesn't answer. Everybody answers back to me. My wife does, and everybody says, no, this is not right. You deserve it. You hurt yourself. Of course, if you jump from 20 feet, you will hurt yourself. Now go and sleep. But he doesn't answer back. He's like, he's a good friend.
Good friend.
And he
so
dances
far.
to Chaya Chaya.
Oh, he does, I'm sure. All kids do. How do you go about your work ethic, Shahrukh?
Unlike what people think, it's not great fun acting. It's just a job, like anybody's job. It's got nothing special attached to it. It's not like, if you see the glamour on screen and you say, oh, these people look so nice and everything, you see them without makeup and you realize all this makeup has destroyed them. But like, if you like your job, whatever it is, whether you are working in a bank or you're working as a doctor or an engineer,
You gotta
or
enjoy
an
it.
architect, yeah, if you're having a good time, I'm having a good time. I tell you honestly, I like doing what I'm doing, and and I do believe it's a gift of God that has been bestowed upon me, because apart from the fact that I may be talented, I'm very hardworking. I think I must be the hardest working person in the whole of Indian film industry. I work like 18 hours a day sometimes, and I'd give my life to get a shot right.
Wow.
And I've done that many times. I put fire to myself. I do anything just to get a shot right.
Uh-huh.
Apart from luck, apart from having chosen right films or great directors who worked with me, all that aside, I think there has to be a superior power which has made me so famous. It could not be just my hard work or my talent or great stories. There's
Believe
something
in-
beyond that. I believe that. I believe my mother's blessed me. But because you're going in a car, and there's a man driving past who's perhaps been fired from a job, or who's just had a fight with his wife, or who's got a problem, and he's passing your car, and he just looks at you, and a smile comes on his face for a second, and he just, but the smile comes. So you cannot, I don't know how many people God has given this gift, that they just see you and they smile. Whatever the situation at that point of time is. I work for that smile. I mean, that's the work ethic. That I would never like a man who's fought with his wife or been fired from the job, crossing me in a car, looks at me and just looks away.
Uh-huh.
And I just work. That's the work ethic there is. I mean, to tell you that, like, I don't drink, I smoke, but I work very hard, and I sit down 8 hours a day and do my scripts, and I don't fool around with my heroines, I don't mess around with women, and I just do my job because it's supposed to be done like that, and I work 9 to 6, and I go back, work on my computer, do my dubbing, and read books about movies, and all that. I guess everybody does. What I work for, the work ethic is that I'm working for 2.5 hours of good time to my audience, and a smile. That's all.
That's it.
And then it's as simple as that.
Shahrukh, often you're compared to Amitabh Bachchan, Dilip Kumar, in that caliber. in terms of acting and your versatility in roles. So how much like Amit ji do you think are you going to get into politics and be a neta one day?
No, he's not into politics. He's an actor. As far as this question is always asked, those guys are legends. They're like, you're talking Marlon Brando and Robert De Niro there and Clint Eastwood. These I think it's a little demeaning to them to even take my name in the same breath, because I was just explaining to someone that they've been there for like 25, 30 years, and even now when you announce a film with them, people go mad and want to know what's Mr. Bachchan doing, what's Dilip Kumar doing. And as I said before, it's very easy for someone to turn around, see their films now and say, yeah, that was bullshit, man, I didn't like that film. But you went to see it.
Right.
How many actors can, after 25 years, 30 years
still
of making 50, 60 films, make sure that even if you think it is bullshit, come down to see bullshit, So I think that's a great, there's great charisma in it. And it's not just charisma, I'm sure everybody has a lot of appeal. But there is amazing amount of magnetic draw, there's an amazing amount of goodness attached to this profession, that people still want to know what you're doing, and they still want to smile at you. So they come down to see, and you see a person who's 60 years old and still dancing to the music of Dilair Mehendi and giving such an amazing job. And they work really hard. I wish I could be like them. When anybody says that,
like 10 years down the road, would you?
Oh, I would love to be even 20% of what they have achieved, and I'm not being modest about it. A lot of people think I'm just being modest, but I truly believe that 30 years from now, when I've done 60 films, I can still dance to Dilair Mehendi and get people to smile.
There you go.
That would be an achievement. What I've done in 7 years is not an achievement which is comparable to what they've done at all. And about politics and all, that's personal things. I mean, whoever does what they do, what they feel is right is okay. I'm not going to join.
You're
politics.
not into.
No, I'm not into politics. I don't. I don't like politics.
No, I don't blame you. One last question. I know you told me about your other movies, but some of them are untitled. What other movies have you signed lately?
My next film is called Kuch Kuch Hota Hai with Kajol. Then I have a film with Salman Madhuri, which is Sanam Tere Hain Hum. Where I have a small role, but it's very interesting. I'm a jealous husband, and he just feels his wife is having an affair. Then I have a film called Josh with Mansoor Khan, the gentleman who made Jo Jeeta Wahi Sikandar and Akele Hum Akele Tum. That's also a cameo, very interesting cameo I have in that. But, I'm doing little roles which are a little different from what I've been doing for the last. So it's an elder brother to Aishwarya, and a very nice, different kind of role it is. And then I have a Shashi Lal Nair film with Juhi, which is not titled. We had a title, but it didn't fit in, so we changed that, which is 50% complete. And then I have a film called Bacha. These are on completion. They should get over by March. These are my next 4 releases till about August, I think.
Okay.
Then I have a film with Moranis, who've done this show. They produce the people who made Raja Hindustani. They're making a film with David Dhawan and me in Charisma. Then I have my own film. We've designed a film with Aziz and Aziz Mirza, who made Yes Boss.
Oh.
That team.
Are you producing that, or?
We're not producing it, we're designing the film, we're writing it, and we're selling it to a producer.
Okay.
It's a script we want to make, and if somebody buys it. And then there's a film with Ramu, as I told you, and there's a film with the young boy who made Dilwale, Adi. So these are 4 films for next year.
For next year. One last thing. You want to say something to your viewers watching Dhanak?
To everyone watching Dhanak, just be happy. And,
be yourself, right?
Just be happy. Sometimes it takes more than just being yourself to be happy, but just be happy. Whatever it takes to be happy, just be happy.
Thank you, Shahrukh, once again for being with us. Thanks.